my leftover beads from Bargain Bead Boxes Cloudburst. Now, I don't normally do live, so when I flip this, I'm going to end up flipping it and making you a little dizzy as I do it because I only have the one camera. I'm hoping that it will just go upside down, so you're watching my hands from the other direction. Hopefully it won't do a sideways flip, which it has been weirdly doing lately when I've been editing. So let's turn down. We'll see what she's going to do. Hopefully she's going to behave properly. Now I have my tablet beside me, but it doesn't seem to be looking at my my live, so I was trying to get it to go to my channel so I could see us while I'm working, but so far it doesn't want to show up, it looks like. So hopefully we can get it to show up so that I can see your comments on my tablet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that or not. It doesn't seem to want to. So we'll see. In the meantime, let's turn down and we'll see what we can do. So I'm not sure, like I say, if I'm going to be able to see your comments as I'm working because I can't, when I turn my camera, you're going to be upside down to me, so I'm not going to be able to see you. So I was hoping I could get my channel onto my tablet so I could see that, but so far it hasn't happened. So anyway, let's go down and we'll see what we can do. So as I said, we're going to, since I'm live, I'm not going to turn it off, of course. So we're going to turn this upside down. Quick movement here. And flip the camera over. Come on, camera, flip. There we go. Let's see if we can get you a little closer. Okay, too close. Down a little. There we go. So, sorry about that. What we're going to do now is we're going to work on our bookmark. As I said, we are using some pieces that were left over from our Cloudburst. And I also have some spacers, some SoftFlex white quartz, and of course a bookmark blank. And yeah, there's one of my crimp tubes. There should be two. There's the second one. And we'll get out some SoftFlex. Now, I'm not sure if everybody's seeing this all right or not because my camera is telling me it wants me to rotate back the device back to the way it was. If you are seeing all right, please let me know. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut some of this white quartz wire. And we're going to put this jump ring, not jump ring, take our little crimp tube and we're going to crimp this little bell on here. So put this on here and then we're going to crimp this here. So we're going to crimp our getting out our magical crimpers, and we're going to put that right in the divot and squish, and then we'll turn and squish again. And we'll continue turning and squishing till we have a nice little ball here, which it seems to not want to do. There we go. And I think I just knocked something down, but hopefully it wasn't anything really important. Okay, so then we're going to put this gray agate on here. And it should go through both. Yeah, no problem. And then we're going to go spacer. And then one of these blue appetites, chips, nuggets. Tube. Spacer. English cut. Now, as I said, these are leftover beads from my Cloudburst Bargain Bead Box. So, as I said, can people hear me? I hope so, because for some reason, this is telling me it's locked, and I'm and it says it wants me to rotate my device back. Well, we don't want to do that, because then you're back to you'll see my ceiling instead of me, and or what I'm working on. So I know I still sound a little hoarse, though my cold is retreating into the background, thankfully. I don't really pay attention to the weight of my beads too much. SoftFlex is pretty strong if you're worried about the wire, and it'll hold these with no problem whatsoever. And it holds a lot heavier stuff too. They do make a heavy SoftFlex, but I don't use it very often. Unless I'm doing something exorbitantly heavy, it's not necessary. If I remember right, this wire is rated for like 20 some pounds. And let's face it, I'm not going to make a 20-pound anything. Not that I can think of anyway. Let's see. Test strength is 26 pounds. I'm definitely not going to use 26 pounds, especially not on a bookmark. So here is our last bead. Pretty. And this is going to hang like this. So it's about the length I want it, because I like the length to be about the length of my bookmark blank. So this is turning out quite nicely. I have an extra spacer. Looks like I just had an extra spacer. So now we're at that point where we're going to put our other crimp tube on, and our jump ring. Now this jump ring is to put it onto the blank, you could actually put this directly onto the blank. I just like to have the jump ring in place so that it's not wearing on the wire. Though frankly, SoftFlex is really strong. I've never had a problem with it breaking. Even when I've damaged it, it hasn't broken. So I'm not real worried about that point. So here we go. We want to crimp this in here. Trying our best not to get our jump ring into our crimp because it will try to do that. It slides right down into it. There we go, all crimped up. So there's our bead strand all finished. And I just have to cut my excess wire off. So let's pull this out here. Get down here as close as I can without getting the other wire and snip it. Now see that? I've got it half snipped and it still won't come loose. So we have to get in there and get those last few wires loose. There we go. So there is our strand. And now we just got to get our pliers out, open up this ring here, and we are done with our bookmark here. So we'll open this baby up. And just slide her through this loop. Now I tend to let my bookmark drop to the mat so that it's not fighting with my closing its jump ring up. So there we go. She is all finished. So there's our bookmark made with our Bargain Bead Boxes Cloudburst. I have been pretty remiss in using my Bargain Bead Box lately, so even though I haven't made a few things from most of my boxes, there are still a lot of pieces left over, and this bookmark is made from the leftover pieces from Cloudburst. So now we haven't been here very long. What does it say? 13 minutes. Oh, my comments just went away. Now, these are really simple. Now, if you don't have the blanks, I get mine at either Art Beads or Beadaholique. They're getting a little spendy. I remember when I first started making bookmarks, these were 99 cents. And if you bought a lot, they were, a little less than that. Nowadays, this one is $2.35, so they're not cheap anymore. But boy, they do make a beautiful bookmark. And so there is our bookmark from Cloudburst. I have a few more designed. Would anybody like to watch me make another one? Or do we want to be done for right now? Okay, we're going to make another one. Okay, great. I will put this one aside. You just set it right here. And I'll grab another bunch of stuff for what we're going to work on next. This one is a large bookmark. This one's silver, as you can see. And these are pieces from Mountain Majesties. Now, one of my little donuts had a bing, and it was like about that much gone. So we went and I contacted them, and they sent me a whole nother package. So I ended up with 3. So I figured this one can go on here. Now I don't have any wire or crimps out because I wasn't expecting to work on another one, so we'll get some crimps out. Uh-oh, that bottle of crimps is empty. So I think we're going to switch and go to gold because I know I have my gold things out. So let's put this stuff back in its baggie, and we will grab one of the ones that I'm making with gold. My crimp beads appear to be all gone in silver, so I'm going to have to find a new package. I know I do have some because I got some from Randy once when we traded crimp beads for crimp tubes, and because I don't care for crimp tubes and she likes crimp beads. I mean, I don't care for them, but she does. So here is the things from leftover things from Woodland Whimsy. This little mushroom wasn't actually left over. I bought some extra ones. So here's our little extra doodad here. And we're going to use, since this is so lovely in greens, we're going to get some green SoftFlex out. Now this one doesn't have an inner label on it because it was a closeout item. The color didn't turn out quite the way they wanted to, so they sold it on a live sale. I'm always willing to grab something that doesn't look quite right as far as they're concerned. Doesn't bother me. The color's just a little different, and I took that off. Now I don't have the end. There we go. Now I cut about enough wire to do about this long because I know I'm going to go at least pretty close to that. And I want about 1 inch extra on either side for my turns. I really, really hate it when they're really tight and you can't get in there very well. And I'm pretty sure I have crimp tubes in here. Yes, I did. So that's great. And what we're going to do with this little baby is this little mushroom, of course, is going to be our charm at the bottom. I'm probably going to take this jump ring off and just hook to their little guy there. This guy's going to go in the middle, this druzy. And then we're going to have these little ones on either side of it. One of these. Actually, I think I had it going like this in my design. I'll find out in just a second here. No, the little one was up there by the druzy. So we'll put that there. And then what was down here was the leaf was between these two. And same up here with this side. So it's going to sit like so, with all the little spacers in between, except for the big ones here are going to go around the druzy. So let's get the jump ring off this little guy and get started. It is a nice way to use up bead soup. You don't really need a lot, and you can mix anything together that you want. And you can use any beads you want. I tend to really, like I say, I just use up what's left over a lot of times, or if I need to make some bookmarks. I do need to make some bookmarks because I have a show coming up Black Friday weekend, and I'm low on bookmarks. So that's the reason why I decided I needed to make some. Figured while I was making some, you guys could get to watch. And I'm hoping that you're enjoying watching. Okay, we got to crimp this little mushroom in here. I did not hammer the bookmark. It's a blank that I bought from artbeads.com or Beadaholique. I buy from both places. Generally from Art Beads, but sometimes they don't have them, and then I'll go to Beadaholique to get them. Definitely, these work great with a BBB strand. It depends on how long you want to make it. I like mine to be approximately the length of my blank, maybe a little shorter, sometimes a little longer. It depends on how I definitely want my beads and if it ends up that way. If it ends up that way, it ends up that way. A JJB strand might be a little too long, but you could definitely take off some of the beads. For instance, they usually have in a strand one of the big focals. Now you could use the big focal in the middle, or you could take the big focal off entirely and not use the big focal, because that would save some of that space that I say, you don't really want it to be too long. You don't want it hanging 3 or 4 inches below your blank, but at the same time, I don't want it really, really short. I have seen people make them with only 3 or 4 beads and maybe a charm. I just like them to be the length of, close to the length of my blank. And, that's a personal preference. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do in the things you make. That's the beauty of beading. I can show you how to do it, and then you can turn around and do whatever you want to make it your own. And that's one thing I find very, very pleasurable to me. I like, I see other people's things. A lot of times I think, oh, that's cute. And I might make a variation of said thing, but I will rarely copy somebody. But that's just my own personal preference again. So see, we're about that length. Once we get our crimped onto here, we're going to be about right where I want it to be. So that's an extra one again. I seem to be wanting a lot of extras in my stuff these days. So there, we'll put this on here. Go through our jump ring. A lot of times I'll change these jump rings because I like an oval jump ring, but these ones seem to be pretty tight, so I'm going to let it go and leave this. So we'll swing this on here, then through here, and pull her tight. Now see, you can use your own jump ring as a fulcrum to tighten something up. I find I do that frequently because, well, just because I don't like it when it just jumps. So I'm going to get onto here, and then we're crimp, turn, crimp, turn. Come on, baby, turn. Okay, is that good and tight? Yep. So now we'll cut this little extra bit of wire off. Now you can see I have a couple of inches here left over, and I could have cut my wire a little bit shorter, but I have this aversion to having to really work at getting my wires to go into where I want them to. Because let's face it, if you have a really short wire, well, actually, if you watched my video for when I changed my necklace the other day, the one with the pearls. I had cut it. When I changed it, of course, that got really short. And you saw probably the battle with trying to get that that crimp closed, and it wasn't going to go with the way over the bar and close because it was just too small. And even so, it was a lot of work to get it to close. So that's why I cut the extra wire. I don't like that fight. It's not pleasant. It's not something I want to do. I would rather throw away a little wire than to try and battle it like that. So I always try to get extra. And there we go. There's our second one with our Woodland Whimsy. And our first one with leftovers from Cloudburst. Though I did add this little bell. It's cute, isn't it? I tried to think of a charm that would work good. And I found this little bell sitting in my leftovers bin. And I went, oh, that's cute. We'll use that. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. Exactly, Anita. Always cut. Much better to cut too long and throw away some wire than to either A, not have enough wire, so you have to start all over again, or drop some beads, or have that battle. And I just really don't like that battle, so I won't do it. I would, like I say, much rather throw away 2 or 3 inches of wire than to not have enough. So anyway, there's our 2 bookmarks, one with our shorter hook bookmark and one with our longer wavy hook bookmark. This one using the Bargain Bead Box leftovers from Woodland Whimsy. Actually, I have a lot of leftovers because I haven't done too much. And oh, that's true. Little bit leftover can be used for earrings. Now, usually I always use wire for my earrings rather than beading wire. I usually use craft or German style wire. I like that more control I have with that wire when you're doing earrings. Though if you'll notice, I did make a pair of earrings with beading wire the other day from SoftFlex. I was working on the Birds of a Feather kit, but I did use wire, regular wire too. That one was a 2-for-1. So anyway, these are our bookmarks. I do have 3 more designed, but I don't think we're going to work on them today. I will make videos for those. 2 of them are silver. I have 1 more gold, and they are from, let me see, which kits did I use for those? Plumage for one of the silver ones. The Mountain Majesties for one of the silver ones. And the last gold one I used, what was last month's? Falling Leaves. So those will be videos coming up. I'll probably do 2 in one video, or maybe I'll 3 in one video. Depends on my mood. And tomorrow's video is Christmas earrings. So using one of the few times I use plastic or resin or acrylic, and those are with the little Christmas balls that you can get. So anyway, I'm going to get you dizzy here again for a minute because I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, you got to have a little look at behind the scenes back there where I have little boxes of beads and such. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed making these with me. I thought they were fun. And so, yeah, there's the one. You can see how long it is. Now, this one I actually would have considered making a little bit longer because it's not quite to the bottom. And this is the one we made from Woodland Whimsy pieces. And this one, the smaller, you can see is a little longer than my bead strand. And this one was the one with Cloudburst. Now, when you are making these, when you're figuring out how much beads, your bead pattern and such, you got to remember you've got your crimping, little bit here of crimping, and your jump ring, which is going to make that extra length. So that is one thing to consider when you're doing your length. So I hope you enjoyed making these with me. I'm going to have to watch the replay myself to see if I went upside down. I don't know because I couldn't see it. Though it was good. I did have my camera low enough that I could read your comments as I was working, and that was really nice. So I hope you enjoyed making these with me. And that was a little challenge getting to go live. I haven't done that so long that I forgot how to start it. So I was a few minutes late, I know. So I apologize for that. But we'll see you next time I try to go live. I probably will go live a few more times before I take over for Randy, but who knows? Hopefully I won't have so many problems the next time. It's been nice visiting with everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.